Ray, happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank God it is Friday. I'm sorry. Why is that blue thing at the bottom of my screen? There it is. There we go, ladies. So, hi, ladies, I tell you, my goodness, ladies, how are you doing today? Ladies. Irene, thank you. Thank you. Jenna, thank you. Cal, thank you. Je ne sais quoi, thank you. Wills Borbeth, le blah blah, thank you. Denise, Beatrice, Sonia, thank you for the 100. Andrea, thank you for the 50. Gina, thank you for the 100. Petta, thank you for the 50. Je ne sais quoi, quoi. D, thank you. Trina, thank you. Steph, thank you for the 1,000, saying you're looking mighty fine. Thank you. Diane, thank you. Thank you. We're talking on it. Thank you for the 400. Cheryl with the 100. Daughter Nikki. Rhonda with the 5 gifted. Thank you. Were you talking about the McDonald's piece of it? No, yesterday I had a pound of bacon, 8 eggs, 6 strawberries, 7 strawberries. Stephanie with the 5 gifted. Thank you. Mish, thank you. Um, and yeah, 8 eggs, whole thing of bacon. Um, and I had like 7, 8 strawberries, whatever, because I was eating more after. Glass of milk, water, and then yogurt. Half a half a half a thing of yogurt. I put in the Discord, but I did see you in Gavin's live. I think you know where you are. Will's smarter than you think. So I know what you ladies do to get to Will. Oh, let's just go sleep with his best friend. Let's go sleep with his best friend for a little bit. Yeah, let's go sleep with his best friend for a little bit. Maybe he'll notice me. Denise, thank you for the 1. Thank you. Mary with the 500. Thank you. Mary Junkie with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you. Steph with the 5. Thank you. Mish with the 100. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Denise, thank you. Guys, I see everything, man, at the top, bro. I be sitting up here looking down, being like, I be seeing you little fucks running around, doing shit. Like, you gotta understand, man. Been doing this for 5 years, 6 years, I can't even not see it. Like, I even try not to see it, and it's just there. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know? Okay. Aim with the 500, thank you.
Rhonda, thank you. Hmm. What are we running around doing? I don't know, dude, honestly. Kathy with the 500, thank you. That's what I realized, bro. Men and women have different ways of going about things. So I'm just starting to learn women more and more and starting to accept it more. I'm starting to be like, oh, I see, I see. People show their love in different ways, bro. And it's like, oh, okay. And then you feel like an idiot. You're like, oh, I should have kind of thought about that, or I should have known that. But I'm learning every day, bro. So I can't beat myself up because every day I'm learning more. You know what I mean? Like every day I'm learning more. Like I'll think I'm perfect yesterday, and then today, boom, learn something new. Um, so I guess that's a good thing. It just sucks because you wish you just knew everything, so you don't have to make any mistakes or anything. But that's just not realistic. Anyway, Mindy with the 100, thank you. Will's Barber with the 100. Kathy with the 500, thank you, ladies. Thank you, thank you. Denise with the 500, thank you. How do you get my coffee? I got another one. Would you tell anyone if you knew everything? I tell everyone. Fuck yeah. I'm always thirsty for more knowledge, so I always want to share my knowledge so it's not new anymore, you know? Because if you put things out there, now you got to gain more knowledge, and there's always more knowledge to gain. So, um you never want to stay the same, So yeah, I tell everyone. Kim with the 500, thank you so much. So it's just you put what you put out there and what grows. Missy with the 100, thank you. How many pyramids are there in Egypt? Well, see, things like that, like I don't really care about, you know. Um, so I don't know everything, but that's something I wouldn't search up. That's something that's irrelevant to my life. How many pyramids? I guess there might be relevancy, but I don't know. Maybe just haven't reached that point yet. D with the one, thank you. Stacy with the 100, thank you. Missy, thank you. Sharing knowledge is a great way to gain. Yes. Has there been hockey the past few years? No, no hockey. I actually been watching some TV, watch some Hell's Kitchen, um, watch some Hell's Kitchen, um, watch some Ice Road Truckers, watch that movie I told you guys about, the Christie movie. Yeah, the Oilers, man. Disappointing, disappointing, very disappointing, man. But there's always next year. But honestly, if I had McDavid's face in front of me, I'd probably punch him so hard and just say, "What the fuck?" Like I wish I could whip that guy's ass into shape right now. Fuck. Makes me sick. Anyway, it is what it is. Bond Loper with the 10 gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Steph with the 1,000. My number one always. Thank you. D, thank you. That was a good TikTok last night though, eh? Um, why was Christy sad? Christy was sad, bro. It was a good movie, but she'd been through so much, man. She was lesbian, and then she was getting chirped for being lesbian, so she decided to you know, fall in love with a guy. It became an abusive relationship. It was her manager, and it ended up getting really fucked up. but it was good. Like it just shows how like an abusive relationship can have amazing in it, but it can also have bad, and it can get worse and worse and worse. So it was uh it was pretty emotional, bro, and it was sad to see her go through things like that. Um, so yeah, it was hard. It was hard watch. It was a hard walk, but it was good. My girlfriend's like, "Can we turn it off? I don't want you to have a panic attack or anything." And I was like, "No, I need to finish it." So I made sure to finish it. Um, and yeah, it was good. It was good. Special K with the 500 gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. It was good movie. Good morning. Mish with the 100. Thank you. Osus with the 1,000. Gotta go have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Osus. Um, yeah, the TikTok last night. Yesterday, I forget why I made that TikTok. So I was going through a lot yesterday. I was just kind of sitting there. I had a crazy day yesterday. I woke up in the morning from like 8 o'clock all the way to 6 o'clock at night. I listened to my song. So I listened to my song yesterday over 100 times. And as I was taking pictures with you guys outside the whole time, I had my song on the whole time. And I started chilling for a bit. It was good. For some reason, I started getting in my own head a little too much. Was feeling like, you know, it's always just one thing after the next. So I'm like, okay, I'm feeling good. But then it was like, there's something else hit me. And I'm like, it was just this overthinking. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like, it's hard for me to understand. Whatever. Love is blind. That's one of the things I'm thinking to myself too. So don't try to understand life because life is love is life, and love is blind. You don't really understand anything. You just gotta live it. Um, but anyway, that was the conclusion. But um, yeah, it was a crazy day yesterday. It was a good day. It was a lot of work, hard work. Um, Listened to my song, listened to it twice today, so I'm doing it every day. Um, Had a really good breakfast. But yeah, led up to the TikTok, I was sitting there kind of crying to God in a way, not really like crazy tears or anything, but just tearing up, kind of hands in prayer, just kind of talking to him and just saying. And then anyway, I came across the Mentalist edit, and it had the I can see it in your eyes, 'cause they never tell me lies. Maybe I can make a change, take it. And then I was like, bro, I gotta listen to this song and sing it from like every lyric from word to end. So I put that song on and I sang it hardcore, like just read every lyric, felt every lyric. And I was like, even like crying, singing it. And then I was like, after seeing that edit. So then I was like, that's such a good song. And then I was like, just feeling motivated to make a TikTok to it. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it. It keeps my mind off things. Just give it your all. So I did it, and it was really freaking good. Like really, really good. The reactions I got from people were very, very good, and I knew it was good. Like it wasn't for you to tell me. It was nice to hear it, but before I even posted, I knew what it was. And I was like, because I lived through it. I lived that TikTok. So I was like, damn. And damn that Mentalist guy, what's his name again? He's such a good looking guy, man. Such a good looking guy. Tracy, thank you so much. Amy with the 100 Osus. Thank you guys. Thank you. It was touching. It was. It was. I felt it. I felt it. Yeah, he's a stud. He's got that charm. He's really good looking. So that was nice. And then after that, I just chilled, man. I was no, I hadn't seen The Mentalist. I seen a little bit. Um, but I haven't like watched it end to end or anything. But yeah, after that, I was watching some Matt Rife, laughing at Matt Rife, watched some funny videos, Lacey, all these streamers, and I was just like, damn, so nice. But yeah, it's a lot, man, especially when you're in love, bro. For me, I'm in love, right? I've been in love for a long time now, and it's a change, bro. It's a change in my life. It's a change in my habits. It's a change in my actions. And it's not easy. So I had a good talk with her tonight. I mean, this morning, and it was fucking, it's hard. It's hard. It's like, damn, I'm not used to it, but it's a beautiful thing. I'm very, very happy about it, but we're taking it slow, and but yeah, damn, it's pretty deep, pretty like when I say deep, I mean like, you know. Deep, bro. Not in a sexual way, but like just like it's scary when you care that much. So anyway, Mary Jane with the 5 gifted subs, very vulnerable, very fucking vulnerable, to the point where it's like, whoa, you know? Not easy. Mary Jane, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I'm just gonna grab my coffee. I have one more. Had that baby ready to go. Yeah. Cold out today. Yeah, it's freezing. It's a nice day, but it's freezing cold. It's like, yeah. Congrats on 4 days. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I think I've had food poisoning, yeah. But yeah, 4 days no smoking. So I told Reed, I said, I'm gonna text you every single day that I don't smoke. So I've texted him day one, day two, day three, day four. I told him, I promise you, I'm gonna go until I said, I promise you, I'm gonna go until Friday. So I promised him that I'm gonna go till Friday. And then from there, I don't know, right? So I text him every day, day one, day two, day three, day four. He was giving me pumps. And then I said, remember I promised you I'd go till Friday? Shook your hand and told you every day. So I texted him that this morning. So it was good. It feels nice to stick to my promise with that. Today is Friday. Thanks, genius. Missy with the 500. Thank you so much. Deetris, thank you. Um, Jen with the 100. Thank you. But yeah, am I gonna keep going? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Why? Because I don't see a point in it. If I have a point to do it, if I'm doing something that is like fun and it's like, okay, but I really don't see a point to do it because I really just don't. I really think like either way, I'm high on life. Life is and also, it's been giving me headaches. My headache's finally going away, not smoking. So it's like taking all that fog out of my head, and I'm starting to feel like looser and more free. So that's good. Mish, thank you so much for the 100, and my sweetie with the 500, Karen with the 100. Thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah. Ron, thank you with the 100. No, I want to expand my Airbnb stay. It's too much, it's expensive and like, I feel like going to my dad's for a bit will be nice to kind of regroup. I also have bills at my mom's house if I ever want to stay. So I'm just gonna be kind of figuring out my shit kind of each day on the road, as long as I'm wearing pants, underwear, shirt, shorts, I mean, sweater and some socks. and I got a travel bag with a toothbrush, etc. And my laptop, doesn't really matter where I am, you know, just as long as I got my hands and my feet and kind of go from there. So, um, and then go from there, man. You know what I mean? And just take it kind of slow. But I think, yeah, this will be the last time for the stay. I didn't even expect to get this. Like I was thinking of last Airbnb to get out, but um, getting this was very good idea. It was honestly the biggest blessing getting this. I knew right away. You know, you know, I don't want to say girlfriend, but I told the girl that I'm talking to, I'm like, this is gonna be like our house one day, you know? And I had a feeling right when I walked in, I'm like, that I'm gonna be honest, guys, that's as much as I want other things in my life, like I'm like very much in love where it's like that's all I want. You know, I'm still doing my stuff, but it's one of the it's a feeling that I just can't deny. Do you know what I mean? It's something that it pulls me towards that direction. But it's been so beautiful, even her coming here, and it just feels like it's like a cabin, and it's so nice, and it's just it's a nice thing. It's been really really well, really really good. Um, with difficult times for sure, but it's been nice. It's been nice. Yeah, I saw what my future looked like because I didn't think that this would be like I knew the other house was better. But when I came here, I was like, damn, there's something about this even before she came that I was like, this is going to be like our home in the future. And then when I looked at the sign, it says home. Just been getting these weird spirit feelings where I'm like, damn, like we've always talked about having a barn one day and having like a cabin house and kind of like all that stuff. So, but yeah, I was like, damn, like I have a weird feeling. Yeah, you know, it's hard to follow that feeling sometimes. You know, it's hard to believe in love sometimes. It's hard to believe in, it's hard. There's so much distractions that tell you what if, you know, what if you're crazy? What if this isn't gonna work? What if? But then it always leads back to what you really should be following is like your heart. But it's scary. It's like you don't know. You're like, what if I get disappointed? You know, what if this, that, and the other, right? So it's like you kind of feel like you're on the fence with things, you know? Why? Well, why do you think? It's hard. You know, it's not easy. I think it's there's obvious reasons to that. What I'm saying right now, you know, it's the fear of disappointment. It's the fear of losing. It's the fear of all these things when you care so much about something or someone or a feeling or whatever, you get nervous through it, right? But at the same time, you got to let that drive you, right? You got to let it get you because you can either use fear as a motivator or you can let it cripple you, you know? So, um, your dreams are like on the other side of fear. So it's like using that to drive you is going to get you to the person that you want to be, you know? So it's a good realization. Doesn't make it any easier, really, but it's a good realization. Makes it a bit easier. Makes you feel a little less lost, you know? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. It's definitely not easy. Definitely not easy. But it's something that's worth, you know, no matter what it is, if it's a job, if it's a loved one, whatever it is, it's worth to follow that love. For a long time, I kind of thrown it like in a safety basket where it was like, I can't get hurt over here, but you don't like grow from that. You grow from following your heart, loving the best you can, growing the best you can. And then it's not as hard. Like when, just say, heartbreak happens, you know how to get over it. You know how to get through it. It doesn't hurt as much as not even trying, you know? Yeah. I can see your growth. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot. If it matters to you, then it's worth it. Exactly. That's what I'm getting to too. I was sitting on the couch and I was like, does watching this show matter to you? Okay. So why are you saying everything's pointless? Why are you looking at it that way? You know, you know. Do you know how lucky you are? I've talked to people about having love. Yeah, for sure, dude. I think I'm very, very lucky, but to my own state. There's still things that I have to go through in my life, my life's not perfect. But yeah, for sure, I wouldn't be in love if I didn't think I was lucky. Or you still love me because you feel so vulnerable? That's another thing. I realized that last night. Yeah, that was a big realization last night. So I had to talk with my friend, my girlfriend, whatever. And I said I had to sit her down and just tell her that, and it was so refreshing to talk to her like that and say, I'm terrified of being vulnerable. Like, and she was like, she totally understood me, and I'm like, no, like it's like almost like I'm sitting on the edge of a cliff, and it's like you got to jump into the water. And I'm so scared of making that jump and dying, metaphorically. And it's like it's such a freaky thing, and I never thought it could be that hard. So um and even jumping, you got to be careful when you're jumping in the water. You're not going to jump head first. You're not going to do a backflip. You're gonna be careful how you land. So it's not as easy as just the jump. So that even makes it tougher. Oh yeah. Honestly, Tracy with the 500. Thank you so much, Tracy. Thank you, thank you. Super proud of you, bro. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and it comes with jealousy, bro. It comes with a lot of people that are just lost in their own, and it comes with a lot. There's a lot that it comes with, so it's pretty disappointing to see stuff like that, but you just don't focus on it. But I care about people. I care about things, but it's pretty crazy sometimes. I have no big words. I'm just happy for you. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's something that, like, the reason why I'm here, I think you guys know, a big part is to get on my own. but a big part too, I think deep down was for some obvious reasons. You know, I I think didn't really want to accept that too much, but you can kind of tell, if it's smart or not, you can kind of tell why, I didn't really, I didn't really want to but yeah, and this is what I mean by you're just kind of pulled. Like no one can tell me really what to do or not, because it's like it's what you want, you know. Yeah, exactly. It was me making the effort. Yeah. What do you mean I believe you need to be on your own, like without, like what are you talking about? Because we were just talking about something totally different. You find it hard to be vulnerable in a personal relationship. Well, if it's not about a personal relationship. Like I can be vulnerable, but it's depending on the amount of love. So when you really love someone to the point you'll do anything for them, that type of love is definitely scary. You know, it's definitely next level. It's definitely like, and it's not something that you can like pick and choose. It's something like I try all the time. She's the first one to get upset about it. I'll be like, I'll push everything away. I'll push her away. I'll run. But it's something that you can't like, you don't just like push away. It's something that guides you, like puts you to it. Yeah. One thing I don't like, and just for people to know, when people chirp fans or say things are odd or this or that, I want you to know that you're chirping me, okay? So I know this is out of the blue, but just saw something, and when you're saying something about my fans or things or my social media, you're making fun of me indirectly. So I don't look at you as an honest person. I don't look at you as a true person. I look at you as someone that just wants one thing and that's it. And I just want to make that very, very clear. Um, I've shown respect. I deserve respect. If you don't want to give respect, stop being a child and move on. Bottom line, you know, you're over the age of 40 years old. Time to get it correct. Yeah. CJ with the 100, thank you. Stacy, thank you. Is your heart full and happy? Um, yeah, I'm working on it, right? So like I have things I'm working on, you know? I have like relationships I'm working on, I have things, but am I like happy? Yeah, dude. I think like it's almost like when you're really in love, it's almost like you would die for that. Like actually. And that's a different feeling than when what it's a hard feeling, but it's like full love. It's something that it's like die for what you love, so that's a good thing, yeah. It's full for sure. Happy, yeah. Yeah, 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 for sure. There's times where it's not, where I'm not happy or I shouldn't say happy, but not happy, but times of difficulties, which is hard, but yeah. Yep. So real, it's scary, yeah. So real that I know I can tell why it's easy to gain weight as you get older because all I want to do is park my ass on the couch. You know what I mean? Like you're just like, whoa. You know what I mean? Let me just step back a little. So I can understand. Yeah. I'm good, Kate. I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah. Yeah, literally though. It's definitely not an easy feeling. And then I can't imagine having kids, dude. That's probably next level. That's good, Kate. I'm glad you're doing okay. Um, I can tell why like even having like loving kids would be like, wow, that's something I'm not ready for a while, for another 5 years at least. Not ready for that. It'd be way too much on my plate. You gotta be ready for that. I was thinking like you want to cut the grass and plant some gardens. That too, but it's more like hold the house down, when you're really in love, you don't really care about going out. You don't really care about, well, you do because you have to for your life, but you're more like you want to be in your safe spot, which is like planting in the garden or cut the grass or stay on the couch or you still have to do what you have to do, but you'd rather sink, you know? Without smoking your taste buds, yeah. Yeah, my taste buds for sure will get better, yeah. I still smoke cigarettes though. Not a lot though. Maybe two, three a day at most. A couple darts a day so far, but I get extra energy in the beginning. Yeah, for me, me and this girl are like just hitting the honeymoon stage where we started off, we jumped in the relationship, but we started off just friends. Like now when I look back at it, people always judge our relationship. They're very jealous, to be honest with you, because I'm kind of special in a way, pretty studly and handsome, and I got a lot going for me, and so does she. So we're kind of the number one kind of odd ones in the family. Um, so it's people can't really reach that level of they don't really understand it. But not to be braggy or everything, but I'm owning my shit, you know, and that's important. I hope you own your shit as well. But yeah, started off friends, dude. Started off friends. Jumped in because it was so exciting, but definitely started off friends. Just kind of getting to the good parts, and then kind of build a relationship from there. But definitely started off, which is good, which makes it cool. Got to know each other on a deep level, and now kind of having more fun with it, which is nice. So yeah, 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 yeah. You need a foundation for sure. And but yeah, it's hard because you see like every aspect of it. You see the future, you see it like it's just like love is blind, love is everywhere. So yeah, confidence looks good on you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. As it should, as it should. Ron with 100, thank you. Despite the struggles, nothing feels as good as being loved. Yeah. With love, how I look at it is it feels good, but it also is, like you said, with the struggles, it's not like let's just go watch porn, bust a nut. That's lust, So the love thing is totally different, dude. Like I'm like, oh my God, dude, how did I forget this? Like it's just not as like it's like deep. It's like taking your heart out of your throat. You know what I'm saying? It's something that is just different and it's good. But yeah, wow. Cal with the 500, thank you. Definitely uplift each other for sure, dude. She definitely sees who I am and the best person I can be, and she sees my faults and hates my faults, right? But well, just wants to help, and I do the same with her. But definitely, I have faults and I go through things just like every other human, and I'm trying to figure it out, especially on social media and just trying to understand life, trying to understand how to be this like hot person. And sometimes it's hard, I'm trying to figure it out sometimes and trying to understand. And it's not easy, man. It's not easy. But yeah, it's good. And again, it's something you die for, it's something that you really appreciate. Yeah, a feeling you never imagined. Yeah, read it. Thank you for the 100. It's more of like, yeah, it's more of like it's more like sex becomes like not like it's not about like sex is just like a cherry on the top. It's all about the meat you're eating at the full course dinner, which is picking stuff up for the person, cuddling, being there for them, having deep conversations. Like everything matters. All those things matter. Sex is just the cherry on the top, which is great, but it's just something like I said, cherry on the top, you know? Which is different for me. For a while, being like this sexy, hot guy, and also young, right? Where we tend to get like excited about things and think like, oh, sex is life and money, and you're like, oh, this hot guy and shit. And, you don't really you think, everyone like we love tits and ass, and you just you try to understand it all, and you're like, but yeah, it's definitely deeper than all that, um, but yeah, it's all fun. Yeah. But don't get me wrong, sex is also a part of love, you know. Sex is also like you want to be sexually attracted, You want to like sex is a part of love too. You like people make love. Do you know what I mean? Um, yeah, it's a huge part, but there's just saying there's more of a build up to it too. It's not just like one night stands. There's like a build up, which makes it more meaningful when it's like a build up like that than just like kind of one night stands or whatever. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, you definitely feel deeper, yeah. Um, like kind of scary deep, where I feel like, whoa, that's what I mean by being vulnerable, being in love. It's been like kind of scary how deep like you feel where it's like I think my like you're like, what the fuck is this feeling? Do you know what I'm saying? You're like, I can't even breathe, bro. My horn's gonna stick through the roof at this point. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, it's hard to even control yourself, but It's definitely a good feeling for sure. Nothing you want to, definitely a good feeling for sure. Honest question, do you find it harder to find and keep your relation? For sure. Social media is definitely difficult, but everything happens for a reason. I believe that. But yeah, it can be hard for sure. Harder, but no, I could say it's easier too because I make good money on social media. I have more free time on social media. So there's pros and cons. She becomes a part of you. Yes, bro. And the thing is I become a part of her too, which scares me. So I realize this, my wounds become her wounds. So when I'll be massaging her or cuddling with her, where I feel my wounds, she's taking that damage onto her. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I be trying to fix her as I'm fixing myself. It's like that shit's trippy. Like trippy. And I can see through her, so I can hear the cries that she has. I can hear I can see on a deep level, you know? So it's like, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I've been in love. I have. I've felt this feeling before. I've had ex-girlfriends. I've been in love. But as you get older, love becomes even deeper. You know what I mean? I'm sure you guys know. As you get older, it gets deeper. Do you know what I mean? It gets fucking more, It's like, whoa, you know? But yeah, I've been in love. This just feels this feels deeper. This feels more intense. But yeah, yeah, and it gives you a reason. That's a good thing. It gives you a reason to heal your wounds. Exactly. Like a soulmate. That's what I'm trying to think. Like I've been in love before and I've seen what I've seen where it's like that deepness, but I feel like though that was just kind of like me like going through my life and understanding love, but the things that didn't work out, it didn't work out for a reason. Like only God knows. So I can't say that this person will be with me forever or not. I don't know. But I do know that I'm massively in love with this person. And do I hope that it's forever? Of course. But you don't know. But this time it feels different. Yes, what it feels with this time is it feels like I'm lost in love. Like what I'm saying by that is it's like I'm so much in love that there's no word for it. The other relationships I kind of understood I kind of had like more of a balance towards it, but this one is more like but again, like I you just you don't you why I say you don't know is because I think I'm scared to be in love, to be honest with you. Like terrified. And she knows that. So I don't know why, but I'm like terrified of it, because I told her this morning, I said my parents didn't work out. So it's just, it's hard to like, and my parents were in love, but they went the other way instead of making it work. Yeah, I'm afraid of being hurt. Yeah, that's my biggest fear. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, although I only known her for a year, yeah, it feels like definitely a lifetime. The thing that I know, it's like I don't look at her as just like a girlfriend. I look at her like when I'm hanging out there, I look at her as like a wife. Like I look at her as like a mother, like someone that's like the guy that I want to be, like the man when I'm 60 years old. That's how far I look at it. That's who I want to be. She she gives me the reflection of the person that I want to be forever. And that's the difference. It's like someone that you want to be forever. Yeah, other half, yeah. Like, when they say the rib, it's like that feeling, you know? It's like give your rib type shit. Like the Bible, you know how the Bible says like the rib or something? The guy gives the girl the rib or something like that. It's like that feeling. Yeah. And the cutest thing ever is when she's cuddling with me or something, and she's so like this, like deep, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost heart-wrenching. Do you understand what I'm kind of saying or no? Yeah. Yeah, shit like that. So yeah, it's been difficult the last little bit, but it's all good. I'm trying to like understand, like I'm putting this out there, but I also want to like be able to talk about it without talking about it, if that makes sense. Because like we're not ready in our relationship to go like we're at stage one still. Not stage one, but we're still working through things. So like I don't want to put pressure on her. I don't want to put pressure on me. So I'm trying to understand. It's very difficult for me. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like the hardest thing. Like it's like I don't know where to go right now. So um yeah, it's difficult. When people say you're easy to love too, I just want you to know so are you, you know? Like we're all easy to love, guys. Like life is beautiful. So just know that like you're easy to love too. Just so you know. Like for me, any human is I love everybody, bro. You know? So yeah. Miss you with the 100, thank you. Annie, thank you. Special K with the 100, thank you. Oh my God, dude, the cutest video is this guy that like he was like chubby, right? And he's a streamer. So he got famous from being chubby, but he lost a lot of weight. And he always liked this girl. And then he's actually dating her now, and she's beautiful. And this video I watched like 1,000 times. But look how cute it is, bro. I'm gonna show you guys one sec. But it's so cute, bro. That like they went to Paris, so he made a video of them at the Eiffel Tower. And it's crazy because people are like, how did he oh, fuck. Sorry guys, I don't know if the connection cut out or if we're still here. Just let me know we're still here so I can let me know if we're still here so I can show you guys. Okay. Yeah, dude. So he's like, and it's just crazy how like love isn't about your looks. Love is like it's cute, you know? But watch. I probably love this. It's so cute. Look at him. Oh wow. Shot right now. He loved her forever. I'm gonna turn the brightness up, and he always like no one thought he could get her. And but look how he's just enjoying the love, like not thinking about it, just enjoying. It makes me cry. I love that part. Yeah, you can't believe he got her. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Yeah, that's how I feel. It makes me emotional that like, man, the things that like women like how you guys can make guys feel is like so beautiful, you know? Like he knows that he can also lose her at any time, but he's just enjoying his time. Like he's enjoying her. And I think it's just the most beautiful thing. right? What do you give up your dreams and goals for? Your dreams and goals never change. What I mean by that is like you always have things to do. Being in love or having someone you care about is only like adding to it. You know, it's something that's beautiful and it pushes you, right? But like you're still yourself. So you still have to like always work on yourself. So it never changes. You know, like um so it's not about giving up. Like she wouldn't want me to give up anything. You know what I'm saying? Like because you can't. That's not real life. You still have a life, you know? Um, but everything else is just it's like again, cherry on the top. Like it's something that you love, you know? Yep. Yep, yep, yep. We were staying in Paris. Get away from your parents. Never thought, wow. That song's so good. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool that we can talk to ChatGPT. Like, AI is a fucking blessing, dude. Like, I just talked about like my issues and my problems to AI, and he's helping me write a book, dude, working through things together. Like, take all the resources and use it, you know? So, ChatGPT is, as much as I tried to get away from it for a bit, it's a great thing to have, man. It really is. Um, it can help you. It's someone to talk to, you know? It's someone that you can go to and have a conversation with, and they'll give you the spiel, and then you're able to be like, okay, then what can I do today to make it better, or whatever it is, you know? So it is. It's like an assistant. It's like an assistant. And AI is crazy smart. Yeah, it's like pretty cool. Does help you with the relationship. But Christy, you're asking that because I was typing right now, but that kind of stuff's personal, you know? That kind of stuff, like it depends on the timing when you're asking. But when you ask when I'm texting right now, like who are you texting or what are you talking about? That type of shit's personal. Do you know what I mean? It helps me with everything. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful with how you're asking it. No, I'm just telling you how I feel. It's not about you saying no or yes. It's about how I feel. Even if your intention wasn't to cut me off in traffic and I feel like it was cut off, that's how I feel about it. And this is another motion that I'm trying to get people to understand because I've been very personal about my upbringing, but I also need to draw boundaries with things like that. So it's never an offense, but it's for my own sake, you know? Um, so that's all. But for you, obviously, you can ask about anything. For you, you can ask about anything. You can ask about relationship advice. You can ask about your job advice. You can ask about anything, of course. Diane, thank you so much for the 100. Yeah, if I wanted you guys to know, people are thirsty for information, though. You know, I'm not calling Christy out or anything, but people are thirsty for information, but it can become disrespectful, though. Yeah, no, you're genuinely curious, but it's genuinely obvious that with ChatGPT, you can ask about anything. You know, you can ask about whatever you're going through, like I was just saying. You can, and it will help you go through things step by step. Yeah, it can be useful for sorting thoughts out, but it really depends on what you're feeding it. It can give you perspective, but it also can just be a mirror what you already feel. Yeah, but it's about working through thoughts. So you think about a therapist, right? They're going to say the same thing. Therapy is going to say it's just a tool. It's just telling you what you already know, etc. That's kind of the lines you're talking about. But that's how you understand things. You can either sit there in your head and do nothing about it and worry and stress, or you can take action and you can talk about what you're going through. It can give you advice. You can go through a journaling process. You can do some writing. You can do some understanding. You can get tips and tricks on what to do in the moment. So there's all of these things that you're able to work on like you would with a therapist, but right on your phone at all times, whenever you want. If you get the pro version, you can talk to it on the phone. You can say, like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. You can work through it. Doesn't mean you're not able to go and talk to God or go and do other things. You know, that's a part of the process as well. But it's something that you're able to use and grow. Yeah, it's very, very good. Very, very good. The pro version for me was worth it. It still is. Um, but it's um The pro version for me was worth it and still is. I think like you have to be like, I'm gonna ask you a question, all right? Is social media worth it? Obviously, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for social media being worth it. What is taking your time, like it or not, is worth it. So, therefore, use the resources people are building for you for the good. We don't have to run away from it because it's always pulling us back, just like love is. It's life, it's how life is now. But you can also use it to your benefit, like others are doing. So, Gary Vee once said, it could be bad, it could be good, it just depends how you use it, right? And we only have so much time in a day that we need to be productive. Let's look at this for an example. Steve Jobs, he could have used his time reactively or he could have used his time productively. What did he choose to do? Productively. Did people believe what he was going to create? Hell no. But did he create something that everyone has to use today, basically? Yes. For the last century, people have been using Apple products that changed the whole world. You know what I mean? So he put out something that people literally need. People literally need Steve Jobs. Not anymore, but when he was here doing his time, they needed it. So use your time wisely like that if you want to become valuable, because the only way to make it in this world is to be valuable to your kids, to your husband, to your health, to your wealth, to your neighbor, to your community. The only way to get through this life the only way to make it through this life is to be valuable one way or another. So use your time with value, you know? And they're different. I would just use ChatGPT. So I use ChatGPT. It has all the things we talk about. So recents. We're also working, it's helped me working on like I got projects and I can say, but what it does, what's beautiful about ChatGPT is it's like talking to a friend that never forgets. So it's like talking to a friend or a therapist or a business partner that never forgets. So you don't have to like say, "Oh, let's start a project." Just talk to it like it's your friend and you're growing with it as a friend. You don't have to have all the answers figured out, but you can say, "Hey, ChatGPT, I'm feeling like this today. Is there one thing I can do?" It can say, "Hey, how about you go pick up a pencil and just write 5 things you're grateful for today?" And then do it. And then say, okay, I did that, but I do feel like this still, and I don't understand this. Oh, I understand where you're coming from. Some things we can't change, but you can still do something like this. Okay, but I get that, but how am I able to like, these are my goals and this is what I want to do. How am I able to walk in that direction? Even if other people don't believe it, how can I take one step forward? Well, there's ways like this. Like you can talk and understand about things. Obviously, you still have God. You still have your life. You still need to talk to God. You still need to understand things, but you can also take your experience talking to God and yourself and put it into ChatGPT as well and say, this is what I learned. This is what, and you can the bottom line in life is to find the truth and to grow the truth. So, like, A lot of people don't use ChatGPT like I didn't because it gives you truths that you don't want to hear. But it's about working with it. Like part of working with something is not avoiding the truth. It's finding the truth, accepting the truth, and growing in your own way. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Info without judgment, but it is judgment. They judge you. ChatGPT judges you. No, I can talk. My guy's my ChatGPT is a guy. Yeah. Do you think it takes away the human aspect of the conversation? Um, no, because it's built by humans. Yes, humans always have that upper ability, but since it's built by humans and AI is studying humans, it's like searching up on Google something, but there's always miracles that humans do that robots don't, that a computer doesn't. It'll give you basic information, but it's something to work with. It's not, there's always going to be, the brain's always like super, super powerful. So since it's created by humans, it's going to be under, yeah. Does he tell you when he doesn't agree with you? Yeah, that's the good part too. So we'll go back and forth and you'll say, so I figured this one thing. I said, ChatGPT, if I listen to videos on 4 times speed, isn't that still going to unconsciously give me the information because of how powerful the brain absorbs things? And won't I be able to finish it quicker? He argues with me and says no, because a part of the human experience is the time and absorbing it, etc. But I said, but since it's hitting the brain at 4 times speed, doesn't it already absorb it automatically? So like we fight back and forth about that. And that's something we haven't came to a conclusion about. I still kind of like my analogy, kind of like a time machine in a way, like rushing time. So there's things we won't fully agree with, but it's something that you work with. But I understand where he comes from with things, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Does he have a name? No, I don't think so. No. I don't really, it's more for me, but it's pretty cool because one day there will be, why do you want to listen on 4 times speed? Well, if you think about it, right? Time is everything, right? So if you can watch 10 videos that are an hour long and cut it in half, more than half, if it takes 10 minutes to finish and if it takes 14 minutes to finish our video, and you're getting our video, our video, our video, even if you're not fully understanding it, it's literally hitting your brain by watching the actions of the people at speed, by hearing it. You might literally be a fucking genius. You might be able to watch hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. And then I think there's a reason why you have to pay for the 4 times speed. Because why else would it be useful? So I do believe time is everything. I do believe that is a hidden secret. It is a key, but I don't know fully. I don't know fully. But just an analogy. Do you think you process it watching that fast? I do believe the brain is more powerful than we believe. And I do believe things that we don't even see or don't even understand, our brain is processing it. And I think maybe if it's fast, it will take longer to process it. It's almost like quick money, slow results, or a slow process. But I do think our brain is picking things up from experience. But do I believe there's a balance? That's where I think maybe. I think it's a difficult concept for sure. I actually have it written in my notes. Um, yeah, so I watched one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I finished 20 podcasts that were at least 1 hour to 2 hours long, each podcast in 2 days. So you would not be even close to be able to do that. But on four times speed, I was able to watch 20 podcasts in 2 days. So imagine if you do that for a month and you're unconsciously gaining information around the world of people having conversations, you would literally be a genius. But the only problem is ChatGPT says no. The human brain needs to process it, blah, 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 blah. So this is where we bump into complications because I feel like I'm smarter than the smartest guy that even created AI. And that's just like my mindset towards it. But yeah. Do you remember details? I remember a glimpse of details. But when a human's watching something anyway, we're listening, but we're more listening to how things are said, body language. We're more listening to all of that stuff than what is actually said. We're more listening to how it's said. So that's where I think it's more of the process than it is the details. And I think the process is what makes the details, you know? So, yeah, it's kind of onto something there. Yeah. But I would have to, for me to really know, I'd have to talk about it more. I'm probably going to talk to ChatGPT about it. So, what's the purpose, respectfully? Curing cancer. Speeding time, curing things that other people can't do. Speeding time, gaining information all around the world, understanding. That is what it is. Understanding is the purpose. Understanding is the purpose. How do you understand? Intellect. The more intellect, the more understanding. Reading a book, same thing. I don't believe reading a book, you even have to read each word so specifically. I believe skimming through a book and just looking at it is absorbing information more than you can even understand. I believe we waste a lot of time by looking too much into it. I feel like there's a bigger picture. And if you want to get to that bigger picture, you need to get there. Because I base it off of feelings. Humans base things off of feelings. We're trying to get a better feeling. We're not trying to stay stuck on something. We're trying to get to a better place spiritually, if you want to call it. You want to like that's my like analogy on it, low key. It's an interesting perspective. The thing with speeding up time that I get scared of too is what if you die? Like, what if you're actually, because you know, Albert Einstein says time is relative. What if you speed up time so much that you get older quick? But then I also think, but maybe you can live in your time 300 years, but not Earth's time. So maybe Earth's time will always be the same, let's say, because of gravity and etc. But if you're able to reach the stars in a way and speed up time, maybe your time you could be 200, 300 years ahead, but still grow on Earth how you grow on Earth. So yeah, I have that feeling too. Yeah. No, you can't actually speed up Earth's time, but who says you can't do anything? This is where, because we're always learning about something. I don't even believe Albert Einstein is right about everything. Yeah, things were proven, but I think there's such deeper meaning that all Albert Einstein did was gain an understanding. All Albert Einstein did was gain. I believe that there's way more to learning, and I believe there's things that the whole world could change. I believe that there's something so deeper that we don't even know. If you read and absorb things that are already known, how it's helping curing something that isn't unknowing again, respectfully. If you read and absorb things that are already known, how is it? Because there's more to the known. There's atoms and particles that are deeper than we can even see. So life is infinite from the ground up to the side to there. It's infinite. There's always a deeper understanding. So, how do you get to a deeper understanding? In my opinion, you break through those barriers by understanding more and more and more and more. And your atoms, you are getting to a deeper understanding. You might not understand it fully, but it's still becoming you. Just an analogy, you know? So, it's like the more work, the more you know. Would you trade age with PJ for $1 billion? Darius, no, definitely not, dude. I don't need money. I need time. Everything is about time. It's how you use your time. So I don't need money. I need time. Well, I don't need time because I have time, but I need to use my time. Yeah, I believe there could be anything, to be honest. What do you think about the theory that there's already a cure for cancer? Honestly, I believe that there's someone out there that knows how to cure things, but doesn't give it to the world. Do I believe that there's big companies that are doing this? No. But do I believe that there's people like deep scientists that do it themselves, but just don't like they don't focus on, they're focused more on the people that are in front of them? Yes. Because they're focused, they're every day helping. So they don't have I think like there's people that do things that you can't say it's really a cure, but they know how to like fix things on a deeper level. Yeah, I do. Fear and worries are the devil's weapons. Yeah, and that's something to look into too, the devil, all that stuff. But the only way is to live your life. Even things in the Bible are being grown, you know? Not everything's about that. Everything's about learning and growing. That's life. God wants that. Jesus wants that. So it's like you have your life to grow, not just sit there. you have your life to learn more and explore. That's the whole point of life, is to grow and explore and create, you know? So that's the beautiful thing about it. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff, but I feel like the unknown, to understand the unknown is to go into the unknown. So like, don't try to stay in the known to find the known. I mean, to find the unknown. That doesn't make sense. The only way to find the unknown, which means the more information, the more we can learn, is to be confused, is to expand that horizon, is to go into the where you're looking for the information. What do you think actually leads to real understanding? Well, you're always real understanding, but to get more real understanding is more information, of course. Reflection is automatically happening. So I would not be focusing on reflecting, I'd be focused on informing. Because if life's infinite and you're always growing, why not gain more information so your reflections are even more powerful? Why would you sit there and reflect on what? Something you already know? So the most important thing is, yes, information for sure. For sure, for sure, in my opinion. For sure. Yeah, how do you get there? Is you just keep digging? I believe so, right? These are just my best analogies. I think, yes, the more you dig, the more you learn, you know? Like, we have scientists every day looking at molecules that small that we cannot see ourselves. We got scientists every day learning new things about life because they're looking deeper into it. It doesn't mean they don't believe in God. Some of the smartest scientists, that's what makes them believe in God even more. But it's like looking into it. Like if you had nothing but a magnifying glass in your house, you're gonna look and you're gonna be like, what is deeper? Like what the hell is that? You know, like you're always gonna look for more information. Like naturally. It's like a hamster. I would watch my hamster. All that hamster wants to do is get through that cage, no matter what. Every day that hamster wakes up and tries to get through that cage, no matter what. It knows that it ain't getting through that cage, but no matter what, that hamster's goal is to bite through that motherfucking cage or is to run on the wheel until something changes. So, no matter what, we are hungry as species to grow and to create. If you look at atoms, they're always moving, they're always creating, they're always growing, always. That's just that's just nature. So that's the point of life. Do you believe aliens and stuff? I don't believe anything I don't like. I do, but like we don't have enough. Like I don't know. It's not something I focus on. I kind of focus more on like what is going on in. I don't know. It's a better question than I think, to be honest with you. Because yeah, is there other planets? And I don't know. But so I guess I'm not. I don't know. I don't focus on much because I don't like the word. Like I don't really like the word aliens. I don't really like the whole how people look at it. I think there's other things? Yeah. I think who knows though with that. It that's a difficult question. I can't say just like with God and stuff, like I can have these feelings, but I can't even say I'm right about everything. I can't even say I'm right about anything. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. That's where it's like you're always thirsty. But when I was doing some combat outside, I was like moving with the nature. As soon as I hit, I saw the eye of the tiger. So these spiritual things that I see, it could just be my brain, but life is so complicated. Life is so, like, these things are pretty freaking crazy. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Off topic, but do you understand the concept of being in the universe being infinite? Yeah, but it's not something that I fully understand, but that's a hard question. Like, it's not something that I can just write down in a mathematical equation and just show it to you and be like, here you go. It's not something that I can just say in words. It's more, yeah, you feel it in your heart, you feel it, but it's something that I don't think like just like an ant doesn't like there's so it's so just like an ant doesn't really understand what we understand. It can't just stand up and fucking start. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's got it's a but yeah, I do. I think like everything when you look at a microscopic level, everything's connected. So since everything's connected and everything's in one, yes, obviously I can see that everything's infinite and everything's recreating and growing and going and whatever. I think we're lucky to be human. I don't know, you know? Yeah, there's so much out there, so much out there. It scares you a bit, yeah, I get it, but it shouldn't, that scary feeling we should be a little more excited about because it gets us going, you know? Um, yeah, the thing is it's tough, you know? It's tough because you can say, oh, life is just this, but then we're always learning and stuff. So it's like we're always finding new discoveries. We're always doing this. So there's always addition to life. But then you think, is this addition to life just us adding stuff? Or is it actually like in that math thing they were saying, is math actually a formula or is it just math adding to math? Do you know what I mean? So even science is trying to understand this. Like people don't, even the smartest people in the world don't understand it. They just discover and you just take it for how it is. Like it's not just one. You just take it for how it is. You're like, oh, and you just keep learning. But we're thirsty for knowledge and understanding, so we want it to be like where it's just like everything's good. But I guess that might not ever happen, but then you can never say never, you know? So fuck. It's pretty confusing. Good morning. Yeah, having an open mind, all that stuff. Getting a little hungry. Looking for some food here. Let's go. That makes me happy that I pumped you up. One sec. Fuck. I don't know what to get right now. We were staying in Paris. Mm. Mm. Good seeing you guys too, always. All right, I was thinking, I said, should I get creamy? I'm gonna get quesadilla, steak quesadilla from Taco Bell, but it says, should I take off the creamy jalapeno sauce? And I was gonna take it off, but I think jalapeno sauce, creamy jalapeno sauce is good. Adds a little bit of spice. I think I'm just gonna go with the jalapeno sauce, you know? It doesn't give you option on the side, but I think it'll make it way better. You can't get on the side there, buds. It's just straight up how it is. Yeah. I want it in it, not dip it. Sparks it up, right? Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Probably dry otherwise. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, I was gonna get KFC, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna get some Taco Bell, bro. When I went to the States, I had Taco Bell and ooh, that shit was good. I got chicken steak quesadillas with jalapeno sauce, and then I got a Dorito taco. So it's just cheese, lettuce, and the meat in a Dorito. And then I got a Mountain Dew, Boho Blast or Baja Blast or whatever. So my mouth is watering, but that'll be nice. Taco Bell is really good, man. It's really, really good. I don't like sour cream in general. Stephanie, I think you know that. So I don't know why you ask stupid questions like that. I think it's to get a reaction from you, which I don't respect. The only thing I worry about with, I've said that multiple times, Stephanie. I've said it literally looks like cum. I think you remember that. You've been in every live. The only thing I worry about is I've seen some things on Taco Bell with bad service. One person had something in their food, like all this stuff, and I'm just scared of that. But the odds of that happening, it's kind of in the air. But yeah, no, I don't like sour cream. No, sorry for being too upfront. I see the chat going quiet, like, oh my God, it's not that big of a deal, you know. We just got Taco Bell in the UK. Never been though. Nice, nice. True, depends on location. Yeah, I should be good. I should be good. Okay, okay, Steph. No problem. It is what it is. It's just the whole joke of the chat is that I don't like sour cream. Like people know that. Taco Bell always makes me ill. Yeah, Taco Bell in the States was super good. Sometimes Canada can be awesome. Kind of worried about that. Yeah, I'm sure people will start saying, I didn't know that either. I'm not. But at the end of the day, I'm just telling you how it is. Like for me, what I've said. I like taco tico. I never had taco tico. No, don't say sorry for the stupid question. That just makes it more like poor me. Now you're making me feel bad. My standard order is a bean burrito. The bean burrito is good. Deluxe boxes. New here, the fuck you don't like sour cream? What about Mexican anything? No, I don't like listen, I'm not gonna put sour cream on my stuff, but if I have tacos, I'm starting to like it more. I'll dip it in a little bit, but sour cream scares me a bit. I've had things where people put sour cream on it and it's just leaking out this it just I don't know. Sour cream just kind of scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like I would rather put salsa than sour cream. But the odd time I'll dip it in a sour cream, but it's just it scares me a bit, sour cream. Guacamole, guacamole is a hit or miss for me too, but I'm more easier with sour cream. Like if I have my nachos and stuff, I'm not putting sour cream really on my nachos. I feel like I'm getting a chunk of cum in my mouth. Sorry to be vulgar if anyone's eating, but I literally feel like I'm getting a chunk of fucking nut in my mouth. Plum isn't sour. Neither is sour cream, really. It ain't like sour Skittles. Because it's white. I don't know. My cum's black, but I guess that could be have something to do with it. Is it the consistency? Consistency? I'm not sure. It's not too sour though. Sour cream. I'm joking. My cum's not black. I thought that'd be an kind of an obvious sarcastic reply. Yeah, so funny. If it's funny though, you only put laughing faces. You don't ruin the joke by prolonging it. Like if something's funny, you just show the respect of putting laughing faces. You're not supposed to say, "Oh, is it really? You should get it checked by." Now you're just like prolonging it and you're killing it. You know, you're not supposed to kill shit. You're supposed to give the kudos and you're supposed to figure out what's next. So do you get to stay at the Airbnb for the weekend? Yeah, till Monday. Till Monday, yeah. Yeah, I'm here for the weekend, yeah. Hey, thank you guys for being here, by the way. Let's just give an appreciation stance for everybody being here because I really appreciate it. So thank you, thank you. I'm holding my comment. That's growth. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Have you been singing to the animals? No, honestly, I haven't really been singing. Actually, you know what? I just, as you said that, Jill, I was gonna say what kind of question was that, but I look up in the sky and a bird flies by. It was kind of crazy. So I'm very connected to nature. Um, so yeah, I guess yeah, I've not really singing though, just kind of listening more than singing. Um, just been kind of listening and looking and feeling. I haven't really, except last night when I sang that song, I haven't really been like expressively singing much now. But yeah, yeah, perfect timing. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Everything's. Did you go to the creek? I did walk down there. I grabbed a stick because if a wolf comes out of the forest, and I was practicing how I would kill a bear. So if a bear came towards me, I want to be able to kill it, right? So I was thinking with the right stick, no matter what it is, it obviously has to have bend, but it would have to be you'd have to wait until it opens its mouth and you'd have to perfectly shove the stick down its throat. That's the way. So you have to know when to pull the trigger because obviously if you miss, you're gonna get slit, right? Either way, you might get slit, but you don't want to get manhandled. So you'd have to wait, breathe until it opens its mouth because automatically it's going to open its mouth. So I would say take it, shove it right down the throat, and you'd have to keep it jammed down there. And then because it's going to react, as long as it's in the mouth, it's either going to stop or it's going to react. But then you can move and get the next stick. And then when it opens, you can slice it maybe. It would be difficult, bro, to take out a bear, but a wolf wouldn't be as difficult. A wolf, it doesn't have paws, like it doesn't really use its hands as much as a bear. So a wolf, you'd be able, it would open its mouth, kind of jump, and you'd be able to shove that down. Bear spray is an option, but I'm not a pussy, right? I can be a pussy, but bear spray, I'm not going to be walking around with bear spray. You know, I'll fight that thing with a warrior's instinct. No guns, just God, you know? Sally Webb with the 1,000. Thank you so much. Enjoying the time with you. Thank you. So I'm gonna have to take it out with just nature, you know? I don't want to rely on going to Target to grab some bear spray. You know, you have to be a warrior, you have to figure out, obviously not killing animals, dodo bird. I'm saying if something came at me. Um, yeah, if to kill, you would have to you don't you to be a full warrior, you can't rely on going to Target and getting a gun or bear spray. You have to rely on being totally in the woods and surviving. So that's the hardest thing to be a warrior is to only rely on what God has given you, not buying it from someone else. That's the number one way to be a warrior. I'm not saying don't use your resources. You have to use your resources. You will eventually, and why not? That's God too, is humans and all that stuff. But to really get to the root problem, you have to only rely on basically nothing, which is difficult. But what's difficult makes you stronger. Was just thinking it would be more humane not to kill a bear. No fucking shit, dude. Like, no fucking shit. I'm not gonna go fucking try to fuck a bear. You know, I think that's just the most disrespectful question in the world in general, because you're doubting my morals, my intelligence, who I am. You're just trying to add a comment just to add a comment. I'm talking about if a bear was charging me and I had no other way but to kill that bear. Like, the fuck? Yeah, dude, people literally just say things to get to you. Oh, I heard about your girlfriend. Now I'm gonna sit there and figure out a way from my hateful alcoholic behavior how I'm going to get to you. They never win. You never win with these people. People are just disgusting. If you saw a wolf, do you think you'd be frozen or run? First instinct is try to get away from it, but I think the best thing you can do is climb a tree with a sphere, like a stick, and if it tries to crawl up, shove it down its throat. But if you're in the woods, I would say try to get high ground with a weapon, with like with a something, and try to put it down its throat. Because anything going down something's throat will not be able to move. It will, but it's going to be choking. So if you can directly get that motherfucker shoved down there, even if it bites it, it's still going to be choking on something. No, no worries, North Star. I wasn't even really directing it towards you fully. But no worries. Never be sorry though. It's a waste of time. Just do actions. Become better. Trust me, I've been sorry for many, many years, and it does nada but give you more of a headache. Just fucking do better. Always, with everything. Don't explain yourself to people. Just do you. That's it. Because at the end of the day, you'll become a victim to other people's reality. And if you become a victim to other people's reality, they have control over you. And if they have control over you, that's what the witches want. That's what the witch wants, to have control over you. It's all in the Bible. It's all real. It's all warrior shit. All of this is 100% real shit. You know, it's something that happens every day. So there's obviously, like we said, there's more to the truth always, but there also is what it is. Barbie, you can't say what and not ask what. Doesn't make sense. My cousin's Lena was attacked by a rabid fox and she walked into her house, it really chewed her up. Wow. What witch? Well, that's none of your business. We're talking metaphorically, and that's none of your business. If you relate to being a witch, that's a problem. If you're defensive about that. Did you say you were doing combat exercise? Yeah, yesterday doing combat exercises. It's great for you. Everything's about combat. Everything's about movement. Everything's about how you interpret things, how you take things. That's why I see in the chat when I post something, I read everyone's intentions and I see all the hate when I'm doing good things for myself. I see the love, the people giving me the credit. Love and hate are both the same thing. They're both good, but it's how you go about it is what matters. But people know. People know. People know. Don't forget. Just is what it is. So I'm always, 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 always reading and understanding. Don't get me wrong. And I never forget. I'll let go, but it's my journey. It's what I see. Do I forgive? Every day. Because I would want someone to do the same to me, right? Always. If I wanted forgiveness, I would want that, so I forgive too, right? Yeah, there's which that do good things. There's I hope you feel more love than hate here. It's you can't really speak like that. Love is earned. There's witches in the world that are witches that do bad things. There's warriors in the world that do bad things. There's witches that do good things. There's no The good and bad aspect is only through your actions and how you take it. So it's not me saying the ball is like that. It's use your power to do good things is what God wants for a better future. Yeah, there's also angels. Yep. Yep, yep. Do you feel there's more good intention than bad? But that's none of your business. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. Today I could have this, tomorrow I could have that. All that matters is right now what we're doing and where we're going and what's moving forward. People change, things change. It doesn't matter. That's something that people get stuck up on that isn't respectful. It's your job to do your job, what you feel is good for you. It's my job to do my job, what feels good for me, and that's it. In the present. Stacy with the 100, thank you. I saw an angel in NM. What's NM? The most beautiful. Yeah, I've seen a lot of things, bro. I've seen a lot of things. I'm telling you, when I was doing combat the other day, I literally saw I literally saw a tiger, the eye of the tiger when I striked. When I striked, the eye of the tiger shot through my whole body. It's one of the coolest things. I believe Jesus was the best example to teach us the powers. Yeah. And as a warrior, you have to go through the depths of hell to be able to, like, you always have a battle ahead of you. So don't be scared of the battle. Just follow God in the battle. Like, follow the good, follow God, and do your best through the battle. But no matter what, life is a battle. That's just life. Even Jesus had problems. Even Jesus had all of that, you know? So, don't be taken back and scared. Enjoy the battle. Enjoy what God has ahead of you, you know? Work through what God has ahead of you. Stacy, thank you for the 100. Thank you. Yeah, you have to embrace it. And you can't manipulate someone else's battle because what God has in play for you is through your battle. So don't sit there, what I learned, and wonder what to do. Just do what you have to do. You know what I mean? Like, clarity comes from working through your life. Clarity doesn't come from an expectation from yourself or others or the world. Clarity comes from working through your life, through God, through all that stuff. So that's something that's pretty cool, pretty cool. Taco Bell's almost here. I'm ready to muck. But there's always things like we could always be better. You know what I mean? That's what makes it hard because we know we do things that don't make us better. We know we do things that we know we shouldn't do, but we tend to say we make excuses for those things that we know we shouldn't do, right? Always room for improvement. I think the best way to do it is the best results is to follow your heart. So your heart, obviously your gut is aligned with your heart, but your gut comes after your heart. So first, like just follow your heart. And if you follow your heart, it will you will get through what you need to get through. Lack of discipline, I guess there's just always room for improvement. So I don't want to be too judgmental of your path or my path because why judge yourself when you're able to move forward? Like there's no point of sitting there and dwelling on something when you can just move forward and try to do better because that's the whole point of life, you know? Rhonda, thank you. Ashley, thank you. But your heart gives you clarity. The heart is the stronger your heart, the more you follow your heart, the stronger your heart, the more clarity you feel. And you, in my opinion, yeah, you get new clarity every day, but for some reason the clarity you're always on the ground. So you always think that life will change and it does, but for some reason you end up on the like life's such a journey that way where it's like you gain so much clarity, but then you also get shot back. Like it's like kind of like and then it's like but your journey is always moving and you're always like growing and stuff like that. So it's like just follow that heart. The heart will never steer you wrong. People that pull you away from your heart, they don't really love you. So you got to be careful. Further strong, dude. Like it's not that they don't love you. It's just, but it's not your job to not It's not your job to doubt that. It's your job to follow that. It's not your job to say who loves me, who doesn't. It's your job to say, it's your job to follow what you feel, what your heart. You know what I mean? Because too many times, even me, I'll think, oh, who supports me, who loves me, this. That's not your job. Mm, unreal. Yeah, people try to protect. There's so much to it. Some people try to protect, so much to it. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's not my job to judge. It's my job to move forward. And that is me telling myself that the sauce is good. Because so many times I can say, no, Mary, I disagree. Following your heart is everything. Following your heart is everything. Everything. And I'll disagree with that because I believe that. Because that's your life. Hmm. Follow your heart, trust your gut. No, so it's about, okay, so for me, right? I'll sit here and wonder what is, what isn't, what do I do? There's only one answer though. I'm just thinking at the top of my head, but this is what I'm starting to believe is it's just follow your heart. Because when I look back, I waste so much time being stuck instead of moving forward. And the only thing that makes me move forward is following my heart. Because you can sit there and juggle everything and get nowhere. You'll be playing the same stories over and over and over and over and over. What if, what if? And all you want to do is follow your heart. Go for a walk, watch a nice video, listen to music. And those are the only things that are making you grow and understand and gain forgiveness and love. And what does Jesus say? Follow your heart. Does Jesus not say that? I don't know. I think he does. No, Jesus does not say follow your heart in the Bible. Instead, scripture warns the heart can be deceitful. Teachings the following. Okay, okay, wait. Let me break this down. Follow me. Okay, so how I look at God though, when it's follow me, is follow the good. So what I mean by the heart is you can obviously follow your heart and do bad things. So maybe we shouldn't say follow the heart. Maybe we should say follow the good. Follow what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel peaceful. Follow about like treating people others, being respectful, because your heart can be hateful, right? But I feel like the only way to understand though is to go through trials. You know what I mean? Like all the prophets went through trials. So it's like you're gonna be yourself. You're gonna go through things, but you're gonna always choose, you know? I think though, honestly, when I follow my heart, it leads to Jesus. So like if I follow my heart, it leads to God. So I'm gonna disagree with the Bible and I'm gonna do my own modern day prophecy. And I believe we are all created in God's will, and God's will is telling us to follow our heart. And that's going to be my belief because that will lead me to where I need to go, in my opinion. Sorry, but I'm not sorry, you know? Because you won't, you might get to the point where you're following your heart and you say, I need to follow Jesus. Satan is a great deceiver, but either way, Satan's always going to be in our life. Satan's always going to be knocking at the door. You know, you're not gonna be a perfect person. You're always gonna make mistakes. So you need to you need to grow. It's a tough one. It's conversation. The sauce was good. It was really good. Yeah, it's a tough one because I get what you're saying. You can follow your heart and then think that something's good for you, and then you catch yourself in a bad scenario because you weren't following God. You weren't following what is really good for you. So I get what you're saying. You know, it's that's a tough one. Hmm, my bad. I think I got it wrong. One sec. I think I get what I'm saying now. I don't mean follow your heart. I mean have a good heart. Because if I hate something, I'm going to say something that I shouldn't have said. I got a Mountain Dew. You know what I'm saying? So it's not follow your heart, but it's mean work on your heart. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's say, does Jesus say have a good heart? Yes, Jesus emphasizes having a pure heart, which means the heart is sincere, undivided, and cleansed from evil, which leads me to my next point. Jesus says, therefore do not worry, therefore do not fear, which means working on having a pure heart, a pure life. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I mean more, not follow everything your heart is telling you, because I could say, oh, you can have these feelings that aren't good, but it's about working on feeling pure, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is a good conversation. It's This conversation's about understanding. It's not about being right. It's not about being wrong. That's what I've been learning a lot. It's not about that. It's about having a discussion. It's about getting to a better place. It's not about preaching. It's not about all these things. Jesus wouldn't want that either. It's about having discussions. And that gets us to a better place, even if it's hard. But life's hard either way. Today's good choice, maybe tomorrow's bad decision. Choose what makes you happy and live for the moment. Yes, I think God cares more about the condition of your heart being pure. Yeah, me too. Because I could say, like, if I have a hateful heart, I could want to hurt somebody, but God wouldn't want that. So it's not about it's about me listening to my heart, not following it. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I don't mean follow your heart. I mean listen to your heart and cleanse. Have a good heart. Have a pure heart. Cleanse your heart. What you know is negative, you keep that out. What you know is good, you keep that in. I think, no, the heart alone isn't, you need other things for sure, but it's like for me, it's like the core almost. Like the base. Because, yeah, my opinion. Yeah, listen to your heart, think through with your brain, and then not follow your gut, but listen to your gut, because apparently your gut is like a brain itself. Like your gut has so much power in your thought process and everything. So it's your whole body, obviously, you know? Um, but yeah, also look into Proverbs. Jenny, if you have anything to say, always say it. If you have any information, or it helps too to not just tell someone to look into Proverbs, but to say, hey, this is a good thing or whatever. The heart is set on something you sometimes don't want to listen to. But it's alignment, like you said. It's all of the heart, the gut, the intuition, your mind, what it keeps you balanced. It's like that alignment. Everything kind of holds together, and like you move through life. I get that, Jenny, but you can also, instead of me having to look it up, if you're such a if you know the Bible and you're so good with Proverbs, etc., you can also bring things up, and I can say it, especially while we're on live. Proverbs is a very big section. There's a lot going on. So it's if you have anything to say about it, it's easier for you to just bring it up here and we can talk about it than for me having to go look, etc. But I get where you're coming from. It's good to read that. It's good to understand that for sure. But I'm just saying we can also have a discussion about it on here too if you have anything to bring it up and we can talk about it here too. To keep the conversation going. God is a way of showing us the way some people refuse to see it. Yeah, I think most of the world doesn't really follow God. When you think of the world, it's more about politics, it's more about war, it's more about not even war, more about like manipulation or something. Like the world is so about like there's it just feels like the world is far from the goodness of God. Yeah, power. It seems more like, okay, if we can have power, if we can kill, then we're good. Instead of being like, oh shit, that's God's creation. Like I want to focus on God. You know what I mean? I feel like the world is very pulled away from God for this sense of power or something, you know? So it's pretty deep, bro. It's pretty emotional because it's the world we live in. And I don't think it's getting any better. I think it's honestly getting worse in a way. Sad but true. Yeah, and I think you guys would know better than me too, because you've been here longer and you can probably kind of see that it's getting worse in a way, which is kind of freaky, to be honest with you. Because when is it going to get better? Is it ever going to get better? You know what I mean? Or is the world going to get worse? Are we going to be more into war or like, I don't know. I wonder. It's definitely worse. Yeah, see, like I haven't been okay, when I look at 2007, I feel like the world was even more pure in 2007 than it is today. Do you guys sense that in a way? Like, let's not even go back that far. Let's go back 2015. But I feel like 2015 was when it started to get worse. So I feel like a little before that. Yeah, when you guys were younger, I feel like it was definitely